From CBS News, it's The Early Show.
Well, this morning there is some troubling news for the housing market. The latest figures show that last year banks repossessed more than 1 million homes in the U.S., and they're expected to take back even more this year. And a new report says the value of the average American home has fallen for 53 consecutive months. Here to tell us how buyers and sellers can adjust to all this is Jason Cochran, editor-at-large for WalletPop.com. Jason, good to see you here this morning. So let's talk about this dip in home sales, this dip in numbers. How bad has it been over the years for homes?
It's not pretty. It's about 26% since 2006. That's quite a hefty number. Numbers are sliding pretty much across the board, but especially quickly in the bigger cities.
Yeah, it seems like it's with a great stock. You always find out after the fact. 2010 apparently was a great year to buy a home. Here in 2011, do people sit back and say, man, I missed the boat?
No, I wouldn't worry. You haven't missed the boat. You missed the bottom, but not the boat. You can still get, there's still some great deals. And in fact, right now, this month is a great time to buy, especially in the Northeast. Home sales are usually pretty slow around this time of year, so you can find yourself a good bargain. Let's not forget, about 25% of homes sold last quarter were either short sales or foreclosures. And one of those will get you about a third less of the price of a normal home. Yeah. So it gives you an idea of what kind of bargains are out there right now and the numbers that they're out there.
And there is a lot of inventory out there, isn't there?
Yeah, and there'll be more foreclosures this year as things come through the pike.
Let's talk about down payments. If you can't afford a big down payment,
a lot of people can.
A lot of people can. What do you recommend?
A couple things. A couple years ago, no one really was paying much attention to the Federal Housing Administration's insured loans. Those require only about a 3.5% down payment. Now, about 30% of home buyers are looking into them. So it's a big resource that people are turning to in these times. Another thing I would suggest is down payment assistance programs. A lot of local and state governments want to kickstart the economy, so they will give you a grant or a no-interest loan if you're a first-time home buyer, if you haven't owned a home for maybe 3 years or so. California has one for retired teachers. Look into that. There's about 1,000 programs in America right now. The number there is growing too, because so many people have a vested interest in getting it back up.
Yeah, and check those incentives, like you said, because you never know where you can find a little bit of
free money,
because anything can help. Let's talk about flip side right now. I want to sell my home. Is it a good time to put my place on the market?
For all the reasons that we just discussed, maybe not. You may not get the best prices. You might be in your house for a little while, and if you are, it's a great time for home improvements. You can enjoy them for the few years while you wait for the market to come back up. A good home improvement, if you choose the right one, like a kitchen or a roof or something very visible or important, could feasibly raise the selling, you make your money back by about 75% when you do sell the house. You just have to be able to sell the house in the meantime.
And also, you talk about some incentives that sellers can actually incorporate or package into the deal with selling their home that may assist them moving
forward. A lot of sellers are doing this. This wasn't heard of very much maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but sellers will say, someone comes to look at your house 2 or 3 times, doesn't make an offer. The seller will go after them. It's called the reverse offer. They say, hey, look, if you make an offer on my house, maybe I'll pay your closing costs, I'll give you some discount points so your interest rate goes down. One couple in Connecticut says, buy our house, we'll throw in our condo in Florida for free. Nice. All sorts of things are happening out there.
Jason, thank you very much. Jason Cochran, everyone. Appreciate it. Up next, well, like a fairy tale ending.